Hey, what is going on, everyone? Thank you for stopping by to watch another episode here at AllICEISW, where we talk about finance, leadership, and development. Today, I wanted to share with you several stocks in the innovative, disruptive sector where I think that we shall see bullish runs coming. In fact, some of the stocks I'll be sharing with you, we've seen some upward movements in these companies. I'll share with you my reasons why from a fundamental and technical analysis standpoint and why I foresee success in terms of share price appreciation and return on investments with these specific stocks. Before I begin, let's say if you're new to this channel, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe for more related content. I really appreciate you all who've been supporting this channel as well as new subscribers. Let's get started. Now, the first company I wanted to talk about is HYSR. This is a company focused on leveraging hydrogen power. In fact, we know that the share price previously hovered at around the 30 cents range. This was back when most of the OTC stocks in Q1 of this year ramping up significantly. We saw that with the wide number of stocks. However, with the current share price, it's well below the 30-cent range. In fact, prior to the run-up last week, it was at around 4 cents. You could have purchased a single share at 4 cents, and within a duration of a week, it catapulted up to 9 cents. And it's been consolidating down. However, we're beginning to see an upward trend, and the fact that we see the infrastructure bill being passed just recently with the news, that's really going to shift the demand where we'll start seeing an increased demand for solar energy and hydrogen type of stocks. And that's why I firmly believe that the prior resistance of 30 cents is easily attainable with the current share price of HYSR, and that's why I firmly believe that this company can begin to take off heading towards the 2022. And let's say if you were to consider investing in this company, I really believe that it can start running up, and thanks to Bart who recommended this actual stock here. Next ticker I wanted to talk about is Tesla, ticker TSLA. We are aware of what Tesla is working on, how it's based out in Fremont with its headquarters. We know that the recent news is that it's moving over to Texas. Now, what's so unique about Tesla, right? I would say that throughout the many years that this company has been developing itself, its share price was not reflected. I mean, value-wise, we know that this company was an innovative, disruptive electric vehicle company. However, it was up until the recent years where the share price began to catapult. Current share price is at $1,200 per share. I firmly believe that it can reach beyond the $1,500 by the end of the year. And I've been stating this many months ago when it was around the $600-700, and that it can run up to $1,500 by the end of the year, and that's quite possible. And the fact that the recent acquisition with companies based out in California focused on innovating sodium ion technology, this can really add value in the future in terms of duration and the use of your car. Rather than going about 150,000 miles to 200,000 miles, you can increase the longevity by 4 or 5-fold. And this is going to be huge, where you can get a single drive up to like 750 miles. And this type of technology with sodium ion can really add value. And that's why Tesla, its patents, its technology, it's way well ahead compared to all of these little small companies that's trying to get into the market. For example, with NIO, with Lucid, with other type of EV companies, it's far behind. And that's why I think Tesla is just going to continue to rapidly grow at a very fast rate. And just look at the sales numbers. I mean, in California, you just see so many Teslas out in this area, and it will become more saturated in the global territory as the company scales up its distributions all around the world. So that's with Tesla, and I firmly believe in 2022 we can see that it can easily break through the 2,000 range by Q2 of this of the 2022 year. Next stock I wanted to talk about is a biotechnology company based out in Plano, Texas, and that is iBio, IBIO. What I like so much about this company is that it is a plant-based technology where it has a patented technology called Fast Farm. In fact, one of the recent news was that it had just acquired the facilities for operation at the size of 130,000 square foot. And what I like so much about the company is how the CEO came on board more than about a year and a half now, Tom Isett, where the current employee count was only 6 employees, and now it's up to about 75 employees. Tom Isett has assembled a team, bringing in employees from all different backgrounds, and I firmly believe in the long term that this company can start catapulting up. If you look at the company Blink, it went from like penny stock range all the way up to $60, and that just comes with time, right? And all of that happened within a duration of about a year. So that's why I firmly believe that it can start ramping up in the near and long term. And while shareholders are quite frustrated with the fact that the share price has been depreciating, I foresee that what goes down will go back up with iBio. And with this increased flexibility of owning the facility for where it will start operating, I foresee that its cell culture technology will begin to ramp up in the COVID space, in the fibrosis, in the oncology space, as well as fibrosis. So I firmly believe it's definitely undervalued and that the share price can start breaking up to the 150, 250 range in the near term. In 2022, we can see that it can potentially reach its prior resistance. As you can see how it ran all the way up to $7. I foresee that the double-digit range is what I'm forecasting for iBio's long-term progression. So that's with iBio. Next ticker I wanted to share with you is an interesting OTC stock, and that is Innerscope Hearing Technologies, INND. Just recently, the company had acquired Hearing Assist, iHear, and in fact, Hearing Assist is one of the largest suppliers that's working with Walmart. And the fact that INND had just acquired this company, they now own not only the technology for the hearing aids, but also will have the infrastructure for its sales as well. Did you know that Hearing Assist actually had revenues of like 70 million outputted within a duration of 3 years? Now that's all going to be aligned with Innerscope Hearing Technologies, and with the consolidation of all of the different patented technologies, I have firm belief that now INND can really showcase itself to become one of the leading competitors in this market space. And for those reasons, it will start gaining market share in the long run. And we know that there's now discussions about the Medicare Advantage plan that's going to be rolled out for those with Medicare plans specific to hearing aids. And with this $1 billion sector, with billions of people impacted with hearing problems, I foresee that INND, in terms of its share price, it can start ramping up in the near term to like 20 cents. And if you hold this long term, it can get up to 30 cents from my perspective. And the sky's the limit with this one from my perspective, since people really value medical device hearing aids. INND is actually FDA registered and also SEC compliant. It's OTC Pink. Where we are today compared to where we were previously, we just had so much distrust where the company wasn't OTC compliant, and now we are beginning to see that. So that's very valuable for the company in terms of its future state heading into 2022. I foresee in Q1 that OTC markets will start running again, and INND will potentially get up to the 25-cent range from my perspective. That's with INND. Next company I wanted to talk about is Skye Bioscience, ticker SKYE. This is a biotechnology company led by CEO Puneet Dhillon, who's been in this business for about a year and a half now, where he's driving this company towards future valuation success, building on the inflection point, trying to get the technology SBI 100, which leverages the active pharmaceutical ingredient natural cannabis, deriving that, bioengineering it with the support from University of Mississippi to develop a prodrug to reduce intraocular pressure in glaucoma patients. And what is also unique is that not only can it deliver far better results based on animal trials data to reduce intraocular pressure, which is hypertension in the eye, but it also can potentially provide neuroprotection in the eye. And that's going to be huge, and we shall see the news come out towards the end of this year and heading into 2022 by Q1 or Q2 of 2022. Phase 1 human clinical trials will begin in Australia for assessment of safety and tolerability, and phase 2 will begin towards the end of the year in 2022, where we shall see inflection points, exposures with big time whales getting into this company to build on the infrastructure once safety and tolerability is demonstrated. And I firmly believe that where we are today compared to where we were before Puneet had joined, this company has gained traction, and I foresee that in 2022 we shall see the $1 approach coming. And it's quite unfortunate not seeing phase 1 begin in this year, but it's great to do things right, first time right, and making sure that we gather the necessary data before we pursue further. And that's why I have firm belief that this team that Puneet has assembled, we're going to get there to the $1 plus range in 2022, if not beyond that range. Now, that's with Skye Bioscience. Next ticker I wanted to talk about is Riot Blockchain, ticker RIOT. While we know that Bitcoin is going to run up to about $100,000, if not $1 million per coin in the long term, I believe that headway into 2022, that the share price will start reaching up to its prior resistance of $80 quite easily, and that it can run up to $100. If you're planning to hold this for about 3 to 5 years, it can easily reach up to $200 for Riot Blockchain, a company based out in New York focused on high throughput mining for Bitcoin. And I really like the CEO, who has that experience in computer science, graduated from UC Irvine, and he has the right mindset to really drive this company forward and build it and set infrastructure. And Riot Blockchain is definitely undervalued based on the technical analysis at this point, and from a fundamental analysis, we know that the company is building on for future success. Last company I wanted to share with you is Bionano Genomics, ticker BNGO, a biotechnology company based out in San Diego. While we know that in Q2, Q3, Q4 of this year, with the biotech companies becoming on the downward trajectory, I see that as future potential for, let's say, new investors to dollar cost average down, or existing investors to capitalize on the reduced share price. Maxim Group, in fact, is now talking about Bionano Genomics, given the fact that it has a solid team as well as the science with products such as the Sapphire software. And the upside discussion about this company is at around the $12 in the near term, and we know that BNGO is currently at the $5 range. It previously just hovered up to the mid $6 range just within a few weeks, and now I definitely think that it's undervalued. And we know that in the month of January, February, it ran all the way up to $15 from the penny range, and that's when I was recommending BNGO. And for the existing subscribers to my channel, a lot had made significant money on BNGO, and I do think that while it's been on a downward trajectory, the bull run will begin to come, and we shall start seeing future valuation with this company. So overall, that's my key takeaway with all of these stocks. Just please be mindful when you do invest. Please make sure that what you invest is what you're willing to lose. I tend to think of it as just taking risk, and if you are a risky type of investor, know what your risk capacity, your risk tolerance is, because there will be fluctuations in the market, and it's just how you can compose yourself through these times. And for me, I'm a buy and hold long-term investor, and that's why I firmly believe that holding long-term will de-risk in the long term. And that's that. Thank you so much for watching another episode here at All I See Is W. Have a great day, y'all. Goodbye.